Hey guys! I decided to create a fantasy character inspired by my favorite season, autumn. So get cozy and grab something pumpkin spiced, and let's get started. Began with using a glue stick to cover up my eyebrows. Jumped over to using Telesis 8F adhesive and applied it to my ears for the latex pieces. Once they're in position, grabbed a smaller brush and got into the smaller areas that needed to be glued. Then stippled latex on the edges to blend it off into the skin. When that's dried, applied Skin Illustrator Zerocolor Powder. Started a base with Wolfe Effects Hydrocolor in green with the sea sponge, using this color on my face, ears, and chest. I did let each layer dry before going over it again. And once I'm happy with the color, I spray it with blue marble sealer. And go in and spatter the green hydrocolor. Moving on to the yellow Wolfe Effects Hydrocolor and that same sea sponge. Stipple the edges of the green and give a bit of a cheek highlight. Keeping the colors very textured, also spattering over the yellow areas. With Wolfe Effects Hydrocolor in orange, go and apply that at the edges of the yellow areas. Also, I applied it under my jaw for definition. Followed that with a spatter to break up the transition into the yellow. Seal everything with blue marble sealer. Using an airbrush and Skin Illustrator, light Sienna created different soft blotches of color in the orange spaces. Shade the curves of the ears and create contours in the inner area of my eyes and down my nose. For a dark tone, I grabbed Skin Illustrator Darth Moss liquid and created spots like before, still keeping it in the orange areas, basically thinking of the color stages a leaf goes through. Next, for the darkest color, I used Skin Illustrator Dark Brun, using it closer to the hairline and putting it in smaller areas of the previous color. I made larger shapes on the outer parts of my neck and arms, a bit similar to animal markings, but still keeping it blotchy and organic looking. For more texture, spattered Skin Illustrator Red Oxide out of the dark skin palette, keeping this within the orange areas. Then using Skin Illustrator Jester Yellow out of the Mardi Gras palette, start painting some graphic blotches, mainly on my chin and eye area. Now I am bringing this to my lash line. This is alcohol activated paint, so I don't recommend doing this if you aren't experienced with it. When I do it, it is nearly a paste, so that there's no chance of alcohol getting in my eye. Plus, using Skin Illustrator's activator, it's less fumey than traditional alcohol. Water-activated paints work just as well for this part. A little on the ears and in the collarbone area to tie it all in. Grab the NYX Gotcha Covered Concealer and applied it on the eyelids and softly blended it out. For this, I used the shade Medium. Use the Collective Cosmetic eyeshadow shade Helianthus over the concealer. Moving on to the Collective Cosmetics color Clara to shade in the crease. Applied Tune from the Collective Cosmetics Mandala Effect palette under my eyes and blended it out. Also refined the orange shape near my brow area. Threw on the headpiece created out of real branches and latex. I created this on a head form and pre-painted it more natural colors to go with the branches. Trim off any excess latex and glue it down with Telesis 8F adhesive. Stippled latex on the edges to blend it into the skin. Once it's dried, take that sponge and blend in the brighter colors into the headpiece, starting with the little green hydrocolor and moving on to the yellow and orange. After that, spatter those same 3 Wolfe colors all over the newly painted areas. Airbrush some Skin Illustrator Light Sienna to add some shading and help blend into the pre-painted color. Follow that up with Darth Moss and created more spots and interesting shading shapes. Then on to dark Brun color, but doing this a little more sparingly. Spattered Red Oxide over the area. To brighten the space above the eyes and the cheekbones, I spattered some yellow Hydrocolor. Taking yellow Jester again and added more markings into the transition area of the headpiece. Also added a few more random spots on my chest and shoulders. Using Skin Illustrator Dark Brun from the Grunge palette, added darker random spots. I wanted to tie in the natural color of the branches, so I used Rotten Stone from the Grunge palette and painted in the inner parts of my lips. Put a few more spots of yellow Jester in the inner lip. To give the character a bit of an eerie look, I used TTDI lenses in Real Crystal. Now that the contacts are in, clean up around my eyes with the Collective Cosmetic color Tune. Use Skin Illustrator Talos Bronze as a graphic eyeliner detail. I let the mixture get to a consistency of heavy body acrylic paint. As before, I recommend using a more user-friendly product so close to your eyes. Added some on the top of my upper lip and added a little detail near the inner area of my eye. For some highlights, I used the Collective Cosmetics shade Varna Gold. Applied it on my nose and cheekbones. Grabbed the Collective Cosmetic color Clara and further darkened in the upper lid area and used it to add more contouring all over. Color in my lower lash line with NYX Professional Makeup Jumbo Eye Pencil in Milk. And then you're done. Thank you so much for sticking around and getting this far. As always, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see you on the next one.